Hello, welcome to another episode of Fishing Virginia Beach. I'm Shannon. In today's episode I'm going to show you how to build a rod holder that you can hang to your wall for more or less $10, maybe $15, depending upon what hardware you need to buy. Now, I've already got the rod holder built. I'm just going to walk through the steps and the supplies that you need to build your rod holder. So if you'll bear with me here, we'll get started. Okay, here's what our rod holder looks like. There's one last step that I have not completed yet, which I'll go over in just a moment. Basically, to build this, all you need are 3 1-inch by 3-inch by 8-foot long fairing strips. You can pick them up at Lowe's or Home Depot for approximately $1.50 a piece. They're a little rough sometimes, so watch what you buy. You do have to do a little bit of sanding. But basically you take those 3 boards, cut them in half, and what you will wind up with is 6 4-foot long boards to build your rod holder. You take the first 2 and approximately every 5 inches you will want to drill a 1.5-inch hole in one of the boards. And again, you do that every 5 inches. If you come in 5 inches from each side, you'll actually have a little more than 5 inches here. But when you're done, you will be able to hold 8 rods on your rod holder. After you've drilled your holes, you want to take a second board. And as you can see here, I have put the board with the holes on top of another. I applied a generous amount of Elmer's wood glue, and I also tacked them in with 1 1/4-inch finishing nails to help hold it together while the glue sets. Now, after you've done that, take 3 of your 4-foot boards that you now have remaining, and excuse me here while I flip this around so that you can see. On the bottom of each, I put decking screws at the bottom on each one of those, and I also applied a generous amount of Elmer's wood glue. That way it'll help glue the wood together, and it also keeps the screws in place. And the next thing I did is you take your last 4-foot board, run it across the top of your rod holder. Again, you want to apply a generous amount of wood glue, and for rigidity of the frame, I put 4 finishing nails in the front, and I also did 4 finishing nails in the back. What that will do is it makes your frame nice and square so that it won't move. Okay, at this point, here is your almost complete rod holder. The last thing you need to do is go out and buy, all this is pipe insulation. It costs $1, I believe. It comes in, I think, a 6-foot section of it. It will already be creased, so what I did is just ran my finger down the crease to open it up. And what you do is this will attach up here at the top. And what that is for is you take your fishing rod and when it's in the holder, this is here and will have a slit in it, and that is what will the rod will sit back into to hold it in place so that it won't move. The way that I'm attaching this to the rod holder is I just had some self-tapping screws with some washers laying around. And again, where I split the inside open, that's why it's split. I will put this up here, put that self-tapping, put that screw in with a washer, and that will hold that in place. After I get that done, you then cut slits for your rods, and you'll be finished. Okay, here we are with that pipe insulation at the top. And as you can see, in each one of them, I cut a slit. This corresponds with a hole or indentation at the bottom. The indentation, in case I didn't mention, is for when you put your rod in so that your fishing pole doesn't kick out. So now that we're done, to give you an idea of the finished product, put your butt into your pole in at the top. And this is kind of hard to do with only one hand. You slide your pole into the insulation. Now that one I can't slide in because my sawhorse is in the way. But there you go. That's how your finished product works. Now what I'm going to do is I will drill me a hole in each one of the sides right here, and I'm going to be using 3-inch long wing nut bolts to attach it to the wall in my garage. And to give you an idea of what those look like, so bear with me here. This is a wing nut bolt, or not wing nut, but expandable. That way when you put it through the drywall, it goes in like this, pops out on the other side, and you can tighten it down. These will hold quite a bit of weight. I don't remember exactly how much, but more than enough that will hold our rod holder. And that's it. That's how you build a rod holder for $10 to $15. Okay, and here you can see we've got our rod holder made, mounted to the wall, and all the rods in it. And, you know, absolutely holds the weight with no problem. I've got room for one more rod. In fact, I probably could drill a small hole and put another small rod right in the middle where I had some extra space, but that's the end of the project. Thanks for watching.